Hey gang, it's Bryan from FX Billiards. Today we're going to talk about 5 must-have shots that relate to using the rails. Now some of these you might have seen before, some of them you may be seeing for the first time, but I want to make sure you have all 5 of these in your game regardless of what your level is. These are going to benefit you. The first one you may or may not have seen in action or seen presented to you, but it is one of the simplest concepts that we're going to discuss today, and something that a lot of especially beginner and low intermediate players might not be aware of. You have a setup like this. You need to make the 9 ball. The 9 is on the rail and the cue ball is on the rail. What do you do here? For some magical reason, very often if you shoot this straight down the table, you'll hit the edge of the pocket. So how do you go about not hitting the edge of the pocket and making the 9 ball? Well, the trick is this. We're going to shoot this with left-hand English. And we're going to shoot it straight. So I'm putting this ball back on the rail. It's just off a little bit. I'm going to shoot it straight down with all left-hand English. And what will happen here is the cue ball will just gently move out of the way of the edge of the pocket and then back in line. And it's a very subtle thing, but we're talking millimeters. And it's just enough to get it by the edge of that pocket. The deflection from us hitting the ball with the English sends it off of the rail, and all of that inside spin, because you're going to use inside English. In this case, our inside is going to be on the inside of the rail side. So for this shot, left-hand English, the cue ball is spinning this way, it leaves the rail from the deflection, and the spin brings it back to the rail. But this next shot has a higher degree of difficulty, and I showed it to you in a previous video, but it is worth repeating in case you missed it. Here we have balls that are on the rail, one behind the other. Now you're not going to have a situation where you have one sitting in front of each diamond. But I'm using this as an illustration because whether these balls are on the rail or near the rail, this is one of your best options for getting shape on each of those balls. We're going to play this with high right-hand English, come off at 3 rails and get back for the 5 ball. Now this shot is speed sensitive, but of course every shot in pool is. So we come off our 3 rails, we get shape on the 5 ball. Guess how we get on the 6? We shoot the exact same shot. And this time, we don't need this precise accuracy because we just need the 6 to be makeable, right? So we shoot it again, high right-hand English, a little bit more speed this time. And it's the spin that takes it around the table and gets our shape. So don't worry about anything else. You can hit this with a medium speed and still get back here. Now this 6 ball is makeable from here, as you're going to see in a second, but one of the things I want to teach you about this while we're here, these rail shots, if you haven't learned this in the past, this is life-changing. When a ball is on the rail like this, if you shoot it with inside English, which in this case is right-hand English, it helps you make these shots for reasons we're not going to get into, but just understand putting right-hand spin on a shot like this helps keep that ball on the rail and allows you to make this shot better. If you're aiming for the ball and the cushion at the same time, another bonus that no one talks about that you get from that right-hand English in this case is the shot is actually made by hitting the rail just before the ball. So by aiming for that wedge, for that gap where you're hitting ball and cushion at the same time, the right-hand English will deflect the cue ball just enough to get you to that spot that is millimeters in front of that ball. So here, same shot, high right-hand English. We're going to come over here. You might even be close to scratching here, but I want to shoot it this way just so that you can see the effects that the right-hand English have on this ball. So there you go. So your cue ball and your object ball are both up against the rail. You need to get your cue ball out in play. You know if you hit it straight, even if you put English on it here, it's going to go straight into the pocket. That's not where you want it. Even if you rolled it up and got on this 6, playing the 6 down there pretty much makes you the guy that's about to rack. So what do you do here? If you jack up just a little bit, so you're shooting with a little bit of masse, you shoot this ball as if you're going straight in the pocket. You can spin it off of this rail. Now, you say, well, you didn't get on the 6 ball. Well, we can jack up our difficulty, and we could even get all the way down table if our 6 ball was down here. Now, how is our difficulty jacked up? Well, we hit the ball harder with more spin and more of a masse. So the shot looks like this. And we get perfect position on the 6 ball, and we're what scientists call out from here. So the moral of the story is, if you shoot a slight masse on this shot, you can get the cue ball off the rail, which is what we want to do most of the time. If you get aggressive with it the way I did on the second shot, you can get this cue ball to come off the rail, the second rail, and get down table to a lot of different places on the table. You get better and better at where you're going to get and getting good position as you shoot more of them, but in the meantime, it's not a shot you're going to shoot over and over again to get that good at it. A very simple way to shoot this shot, if all you need to do is get the cue ball off the rail, is get down on the shot as if you're going to shoot it straight into the pocket. Now give it a little bit of backhand English, which means you're going to move the back of your cue a little bit inside your body. That's going to put right hand spin on this, and then aim at the ball as if you're putting no English at all on it. This will take it off the rail just enough to get it out into the playing area. So even if you don't have a shot like this that you get perfect on, by the way, you may have a shot that's down table, and if our 8 ball was anywhere down table, we're going to be a lot happier being out here than in here. Here's a shot that you might not be familiar with, but it is very beneficial, especially in a game of 9 ball where you might have a situation like this. I can't hit the 9 ball first. I have to hit the 7 first. If I play this with high left-hand English, I'm putting top spin and left-hand English in this case. If it was over here, I would shoot it with right-hand English. On this ball, what is going to happen is the 7 will get out of our way from our initial contact. The left-hand English will help grip the rail and send the 9 down into the pocket the same way you learned to keep balls on the rail on our previous example. This is a really decent shot, guys. If the angle is too narrow or too wide, it's not going to work quite the same way. Actually, if it's wider, you don't really have an issue, do you? But here, we're going to be hitting the 7 first. I'm going to shoot this as if the 7 isn't even on the table. The left-hand English is going to spin that 9 right into the pocket for us. And we have a shot that looks like that. Pretty decent, easy shot to make. You need to practice it though, because you want to learn situations where it will and will not work. And depending on the angle of those balls and how far they are from the pocket, it may change whether or not the shot is makeable. Let's play it right here. So guys, you have 5 shots that are going to improve your game first try. And even the easiest of those shots, make sure you put in your time, just a few reps a week on any of those shots. You're going to get them down, and you're going to be able to add those to your game, and they can be used in so many different situations. So give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and your notifications. Hit your notifications. That's important. That lets you know that the videos are out. And hit us in the comments. Have a great day. I appreciate you guys watching.